Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Odessa Dark Crusade Season 2. On this not-so-merry evening, as soldiers march the streets, gangs whet their blades, and the common man and woman scatter to avoid the incoming crossfire. We hone in on a young Monica Cortez, who had a very interesting first journey to Riverside, to the rather nightmarish landscape of abandoned, decaying homes, broken businesses, and roaming murderers, brigands. But she was fortunate enough to meet a few friendly faces and get a good grasp on what was going on in that particular forgotten, or perhaps to many would wish to be forgotten, portion of Odessa. And despite being advised to simply leave it, to never return, for it is a place of great danger and cruelty, to be frank, she has yet insisted upon returning, and that is where we shall start this scene. How does Monica re-enter Riverside? Does she do so via the little...
Oh, sorry. What was the question? I heard how does she enter and
Yeah, how does she return? Does she go through the merchants district? Does she go through the prophet's quarter? Does she use kind of a little sewer way that Farid showed her? Although if I recall, she couldn't
he did
remember the
not remember
pathway.
that.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
she's taking
tricky.
a hazard trying to go through that without knowing what the hell she's doing. What she's gonna do though is has she thought the fighting is the most intense?
Fighting is fairly intense all over Riverside. There's a lot of pockets of conflict in the north, the west, and in the south. The places where conflict is least is the east side. The south has less conflict in it than the north side and the west. The west and north side are well controlled by the city watch, or like the borders were well controlled by the city watch. Riverside itself wasn't, but the military were able to make a far more easy headway there. And conflict is very fierce up there. There's also quite a lot of conflict in the center, but less than you'd expect. It appears the military just haven't been able to make as much headway. There's not a lot of military in the east side just because it's very dangerous and the gangs have a strong grip over that area. And as you've noticed, the gangs are well armed. They have military grade weapons and armor. So it's not as simple as it would seem. It's not just taking out a bunch of thieves. These people are a lot of them are capable soldiers in their own right.
Okay. So, with that knowledge, she's gonna go to where some of the conflict and therefore where some of the attention is a bit thinner. Try to kind of slip in through the cracks.
Yeah. How about making a deck stuff roll? See how well you do that. See how well you can avoid the roaming gangs and their rather maleficent intentions.
Love the name of the scene, by the way. Okay.
Actually, took me a while to come up with that one. Quite happy with it.
Alrighty. If the gift was standard, I've got 3 successes.
Yeah, it is just standard. As you kind of walk in, you've been avoiding the military patrols as well, particularly alongside Prophet's Quarter. Militaries has a fairly strong presence here. It's one of the more established quarters. Although a lot of them seem preoccupied with cleaning up crime here. The City Watch has been remarkably cooperative. It appears like they're all very deferent. But you managed to find your way around them. There's quite a lot of border conflict as well. And you manage to you climb up. You basically scale up a building just a block down from where one of the larger groups of military is stationed. There's literally about a dozen just guarding one of the roadways into the Prophet's Quarter from Riverside, along with about another half dozen City Watch men, City Watch guards. Managed to slip by them as as about 3 of them walk past. It seems to be doing kind of a 3-man patrol around the neighborhood, link up with this larger group who just seem to be standing watch. You don't see anyone along the roadway. It doesn't seem like anyone has had the audacity to challenge the authority of the military here. But you scale a building, you just almost, it'd be fair to say, you crouch and sort of not really run. It's kind of a crouch run, tiptoe across the rooftop, and then just climb down the other side, head down to the right of the alley, and pop back up in Riverside, where it doesn't seem to be a strong military presence. Are you actually heading? You're on a southeastern side, so you're not too far from where Farid's hidden out. Still a fair walk, though. It'd probably take you 5 to 10 minutes to get there, at least. 15 minutes. Yeah, take you about 10 to 15 minutes. 10 if you jogged or ran. You're pretty fast. You have celerity. But yeah. Not too many patrols down here either from the gangs. It's fairly close to the military. They seem to be avoiding each other down here. As you head further in, that begins to change. And you see again the roving gangs and brigands again.
Oh, sorry.
You see as you kind of head deeper into Riverside, you begin to see signs of roving gangs and brigands again. Seem to be performing their daily collections. It's quite incredible how these people have any money left at all. You don't really see any signs of business down here. Maybe it takes place during the day.
Yeah. Does this gang have any kind of like distinguishing marker? Are they from one of the larger gangs, or are they?
Yeah, you're pretty close to Paul Turf. The Brothers of St. Paul control almost all of the East.
Okay, and they're definitely one of the bigger ones. So not a squad that Monica wants to tangle with right now.
Yeah, they've grown in size rapidly recently. You actually hear they lost a couple of their patrols recently. Of course, you realise one of that is your own. you actually hear of another group though. One of their comrades was missing. Like rumors are kind of swirling around about how one of the crewmen they found was literally just a withered husk, and the others were just cut to pieces. Like their bones had just been cut through, like crushed. Like some weird shit happened apparently, according to the rumor mill. Like people would literally, like their bones had just been completely cut off. There were just limbs everywhere. One guy's like just like he was mummified. It's fucking weird.
Thanks, Lucian. Of course, that's Tim, not Monica.
Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't anything of particular damage to them, though. They have quite a lot of people under their sway. They have. There's a reason they're confident in taking on the military. They have a lot of men underneath them. And you know that they've spread somewhat further into Arab slums as well. They're pushing out Soze.
Alrighty. Yeah, for right now, unless she knows of any really, really small ass dudes off the cuff, she's gonna need to talk to Farid about it.
Yeah, you make it to you walk up to Farid's little rather the Wasp's little hangout. What might be a quick perception alertness roll?
Sure. I've got a single success.
Yeah, single success. Yeah, you see a couple kids hiding out in the alley, kind of peeking around. Looks like they're kind of like looking around for people. Like they're fairly well hidden, you know. You wouldn't assume this place to be significant. It's only a couple of the kids, but you recognize them from when you were inside the building a few weeks ago. Yeah, you've definitely seen their faces before. They look a bit surprised to see you, but they recognize you. One of them begins scaling the rooftop of a broken building, or rather a half fallen apart building. The roof's kind of like there are a lot of holes in the roof.
Okay. Yeah, she's assuming that. She's assuming that they're going to go and like start to notify like their quote unquote leaders. Actually, no, not even quote unquote, like their leaders. That crazy Muslim chick is back.
Yo, Farid, it's that one asshole. Oh, what the fuck? The funny thing is, it's not really going to be that far from his genuine reaction. So yeah, one of them scales a building. Looks to get a better view. He's actually fairly well hidden. You lose sight of the kid. Like he's on the other side of the roof, so it's kind of hard to spot him. And the fact that he's small helps. The other kid just kind of walks on up to you because he recognizes you. Hey
So,
there. You looking for Farid?
yes, I am.
He's not in right now. He'll be back in a few minutes, I think. He's just doing a run.
Still not. Very well.
I don't think he's gonna be that happy that you're back, though.
I expect it.
I don't think he'll be surprised either.
I should certainly hope not.
Oh, I'll tell door guy that you're back and get him to let you in. Don't. Were you followed? He kind of looks like behind you and around you. Otherwise, I'm getting out of here.
Don't believe that I was to my knowledge. I made sure I remained undetected on my way
That's
here.
that's that's reassuring. Seems all of these kids are fucking sassy as shit. uh, well, I guess if you are, it's your problem, not mine. So, yeah, I'll take you round back. One sec. Follow me.
She shall follow him.
Yeah, they lead you back to the front door where the little garden is. Um, you can kind of hear muffled activity inside.
Oh, I didn't catch all that. They lead Monica to the front of the door and something.
Yeah, back door where there's a little garden kind of grass patch. Grassy patch, as it were. Nothing special. In fact, it's probably not that well maintained. It's very tall grass, it's not cut. Um, quite. Yeah. Funny enough, the grass does grow fairly well here, though, because for some reason, Riverside is a lot damper than the rest of the city. It's very muddy. Um, Probably due to the fact that there's a river. uh, yeah, the kid dude does the old comical knock. Says it's the calls you the crazy lady. Wants to speak to Farid about something. Door guy lets you in. It's the same door guy. He seems to manage both doors.
She's just impressed that he made it across the room that quick.
Door guy lets you in. Doesn't say anything. Hard to see his face. He has like a bandana on his forehead and on his around his face. So like most of his face is covered.
Alrighty. Even though it's not showing in the picture because it's very hard to find a Dark Ages face claim for a Muslim woman. Incredibly hard. She's rocking her hijab as well. And unless they got something to like say to her, just gonna pretty much chilling and waiting, probably making a little bit of small talk within reason.
Yeah. As you wait, Kid who let you in tells you just sit anywhere you want, and then just walks off back outside. The girl that Farid called Abby walks up to you actually.
All right.
Hey, want to have a talk?
Oh, what'd she ask?
Would who ask?
No, 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 no. I thought she asked Monica something.
Yeah, she asked if you want to talk.
She'll say, yes, sure.
Okay, maybe someone more quiet, like storage. She gestures towards the storage room,
Oh,
or the sort of
very well then.
the the bedroom that they're using as a storage room. It's just full of crap.
All right. Is she like being invited in there?
Yeah, she just walks into the room.
All right.
Abby is it's like she probably looks like a much younger version of Monica. Like imagine like an 11-year-old Monica.
Oh gosh. All righty.
Okay. Um, she when you enter, she just kind of casually shuts the door behind you. Um, and then pulls a knife and kind of grabs the from underneath her shirt. Um, kind of tries to grab the scruff of your neck, but doesn't because she's small. and, and just says, "What the fuck do you want of Farid?"
I came because I require some knowledge on a next step. I know what I would like to do, but I'm going to need some of the things that he knows.
Uh, she looks at you fairly menacingly.
Okay.
and, and just says, "That's a real cute story. Now, what do you want to do with him?"
I would like him and all of you to live a life that is at least relatively free from roving gangs of thugs and criminals.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Also, not the first person to make that offer, and it wouldn't be the first time we had to move either.
Considering your past experiences, there is really nothing that I can say to reassure you.
You're not the first person who's come in here with a bunch of promises, planning to fuck us and Farid over. You think this is the first time that I see? You think I was born yesterday?
No,
I'm not stupid.
nor do I believe you are. You have to be suspicious. You have all the reason in the world to be so.
Farid's
I,
sweet, and he always lets people like you make a bunch of promises, and then we have to move because you fuck him over.
what do they generally do to fuck him over? That phrase just sounds weird in Monica's tongue. She doesn't really like what? But
Yeah, this girl is like not nice.
because like despite all the appearances, Monica is like former nobility, so that does just come off the tongue weirdly for her.
Like, I have to say dirty words. You're not the first person to come in injured. You're not the first person to come in saying you want to help. And then you're not the first person who gives up our location, already planning to move. You're a bit late, so it's fine. I'm surprised you showed back up. It makes my job a lot easier. We'll make Farid's. Oh, that's not true. We'll make his life a lot harder.
She'll actually kind of tilt her head and she'll say, "Oh, so."
He's not as used to that shovel as one might think.
Oh, I didn't catch all that. He's not used to troubles as
He's not as used to the shovel as one might think. He really tries. I think he just needs to get used to people like you. But man, I have to say, Paul are really running low on tricks if they thought they could do this 3 times in a row and get away with it.
and someone with false intentions, then you mean. That is a trick that is used.
She looks at you as in like fairly accusingly because obviously she thinks you are the trick.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course. Like Monica knows that there's literally nothing that she can do to like fix that. Um Also she knows arguing about it. She's a frenzy, and that's not good. Like if she tries to like push the subject, like she knows that that's not going to go well. Because Pone's 3 and Frenzy is a hell of a drug.
Farid says you were fresh. It's nothing personal, but I can't imagine they're paying you anything.
You would be correct.
She just kind of waits and sits silent for a moment. Just kind of has the knife kind of pointed at you, not to your throat or anything. She's fairly small, so like she just kind of got you kind of. I mean, is Monica even backed into a corner? She can move, really?
I mean, like, she's probably at least going to like make the motions.
Okay.
So that way she doesn't feel threatened. Like not Monica, but the like the
The
child does not.
girl, yeah.
Like Monica knows that like, knife, whatever. But like she needs to earn the trust of some of these people, and it's not going to be earned if she just kind of like rolls up and is that thug.
Despite her saying it's nothing personal, she does look at you very darkly.
Oh yeah, no, she understood. Monica knows that was like 300% a lie, and that it's like 100% personal in like every way. Where Monica sees that the only way she's going to fix the problem is by going out and trying to fix the problem.
Hmm. She just mutters something underneath her breath. Just want me make me a quick perception alertness roll to catch it. Oh yeah, she just kind of mutters under her breath. I hate people like you.
Right? Yeah, I think it'd be a bit. So she is definitely a bit annoyed by that.
Um, a couple minutes pass. Um, it's pretty clear that she's waiting for Farid to show up, either to give the go-ahead for this or to make this easier for him, or to teach him something, as she's kind of going on about.
Oh, sorry, what was that? I see what now?
You remember do you remember her saying like this will like when Farid comes back, like he'll be able to see this and it'll make it a lot easier for him and make her job a lot easier.
Yeah, and she didn't. Yeah, when Monica asked, "Make what easier?" if I remember right, she just kind of didn't answer. Monica's just assuming she means kill Monica.
Yeah. Hooray, child murderers. But not actually people who kill children, children who kill people. uh,
More of the flies bullshit up in here, yo.
well, what did I ask? um, eventually, you kind of hear, like, I mean, there's a lot of activity going on outside, muffled activity going on. Then you kind of hear Farad's voice just go, "What the fuck?" And he opens. He kind of just bursts in. Uh, looks has his shovel in his hand, in one of his hands, and his left hand has it over his shoulder, and just says, "Are you stupid? Are you all stupid?"
Mm, like I told you before, I prefer crazy.
shut up, and he closes the door. Doesn't literally shoves another kid out of the range of the door. And Abby begins bickering with him.
Just kind of sits. She is pretty much plotting an escape just in case it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna stab this bitch.
Abby, put down the fucking knife. Are you stupid?
At that point, she's starting to listen, waiting for a fight to break out, just in case. Really.
Yeah, the knife kind of briefly points away from you and at Farid, but almost kind of like a casual hand gesture, like she's waving it around, not necessarily friendly. And she just says, "Remember the last time we had to move because of someone like this?" Like, I know you want to think people like this are going to help you out, but we've already had to move once. I know you want to believe that they'll help us and that they still care, but they don't. This is not the game we're playing, Farid. And Farid just says, "This one's different. I saw her help me. She took 2 stab wounds for me. She's good." And put down the goddamn knife before you get yourself hurt. He says that fairly hesitantly because obviously he's threatening her, but he's not because obviously he doesn't want to hurt her. That's a free. Don't need to go on through that. He clearly doesn't want to hurt her at all. I get it, Abby. I get it, but she's good. She is. She helped me out. She saved my life. I mean, the fact that she's dumb as bricks probably doesn't help her case, but I'm telling everyone to get ready to move. I'm not having this happen a fourth time. He kind of just waves her off. Go on then. Let's close the door. She leaves. She looks kind of dark at you, and you want to catch me a quick perception empathy roll?
Sure, I just need to double check my staff there. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, she's clearly ultra suspicious of you. That much is freaking obvious. The way she looks at Farid is kind of sad. It's kind of pained in a way that cares. She clearly thinks she's doing the right thing by putting her life at stake. She thinks she's protecting people and doesn't there's clearly a connection between her and Farid. They definitely care about each other a great deal. Or at least she seems to care about him a great deal. And feels guilty almost. The way she looks at him is almost guilty and a bit teary-eyed.
She's legitimately doing this out of a place of fear, not out of a place of necessarily malice or
No, yeah, her antagonism seems to be based in her kind of protective regard for the other kids. Who the fuck let you in, by the way?
Oh, sorry. Oh, what did he say?
He said, who the fuck let you in, by the way?
Oh, one of your people keeping patrol.
Okay, Sam is no longer going to be on guard duty.
Yeah, I believe you made very good judgment, but
So why didn't you just like have Abby stab you then? I mean, I presume you're here to commit suicide. It's one way to go.
no, like I've told you, I have no intention of dying today.
I think you'll find we'll have kind of we do our own shit. But I mean, Abby runs a place next to me, and I can't really blame her for being suspicious of you. She's right. It's not the first time we had to move because some poor bastard we pulled off the street sold us out later down the line.
I despair. I don't need to know where I'm going necessarily. I can at least get a hold of you.
Well, I don't really know exactly what you're looking for. It's not like we have anything to help you with, and I mean it's hard enough now with all the fucking soldiers around as well.
Well, that's. I don't need your hands. I need your mind. The whispers you've heard. I'm going to start this process. I'm going to need to start small and build up from there. You know of any of the more small time criminals that have been causing problems?
What the fuck should I help you take over a gang? I'm killing the gangs.
I'm not trying to take over the gang, I'm trying to pacify them.
He crosses his arms. Does a shovel, like leans a shovel up against the wall and crosses his arms.
I know it's a bit unorthodox, but
Unorthodox?
she
Damn,
said,
I should have let Abby skewer you. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, if you're looking to fix this place, taking over one of the gangs is not going to help. They're literally the problem. They're why soldiers are cutting us up in the street.
I'm not necessarily looking to take over, I'm looking to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, walking out, murdering everybody is not quite the solution either. And it looks like that's exactly what the military is doing. So,
I don't even know if they're going to come out ahead. I mean, maybe if you piled an army down here, but can you even do that here? Don't think so. Streets are too narrow.
it wouldn't be a very fun fight at all. The rooftops and the alleys would take most of them, but that's.
They probably salt and burn the neighborhood before they did anything else. They caught me cutting up their purses once today, and they're friends of mine.
Oh, out of character, what are you saying?
They already caught me cutting their purses once today, and they're a friend of mine. Just as much a problem as the fucking gangs do exactly the same thing anyway.
The way I see it, the very least, if the gang stop, the military can start to stop. Solve one problem and solve another.
That's if the powers that be even care. Because if they did, this wouldn't be a problem at all. I wouldn't be here.
I am inclined to agree. But
Also, hey, how are you? Are you okay?
yes, I had a very good apothecary look at me. Apothecaries exist in this time, right? I assume they're
I
not.
think physicas exist. Not sure about apothecaries. It's like kind of a. I'm not a history buff. I know they existed in the Dark Ages, but I think it might have been a bit later.
Okay.
Um,
What would they be called? Like Medicine Man or something? No, Medicine Man is more of like an indigenous thing.
yeah. It's more like of an individual rather than a point of business. Physicas do exist though, like physicians and stuff. But yeah, apothecary. I'll let it roll. I have a god of a fucking plague mask in this game. And that's 400 years in the future before that becomes relevant. So.
Yeah, that's legit.
So yeah, I'll let it go. Like go. Like, this is hardly the most controversial thing I've done from a realism standpoint.
At the very least, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm
Yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah. I
I'm very.
mean, Jesus, did you see that? Did you see that lady down by Abraham's fountain? Like, because you. I literally saw you get stabbed. How are you walking? How's that? How are you doing that? I want like whatever you're taking. I want it. I might pay a visit to this to your apothecary. And I might. I'm not saying going to rob him, but I'm going to rob him.
Fair enough. She's just gonna say, just kind of drop that.
So yeah, like so you want to pacify a gang by trolling it or some. What do you want to do exactly? Because I know you said you had like a lot of big ideas, but what do you actually want to do? I don't know. Like
I had a character, and now we run into the Bruja problem. I want to do this thing, guys. Yeah, but how though?
I want. It's like I walk up. I'm gonna break down that wall. How? I punched the wall. Ow! My fist. Whoops.
I don't have enough bones for this. Shit.
So like you said, you want to start off small, but how? Like pacify the gangs? Like little gangs? Like the little gangs don't really matter. I mean, it's really just kind of street dealers for Euphrates and shit. I mean, there's not even many of them anymore. Euphrates just kind of do it all themselves or hand it off to Voshtet and Paul. I mean, and what few Soze are left in the neighborhood? Not many, really.
Well, the plan is imagine this plan is like a ladder, and in order
Yeah,
to
you
get up,
wanna climb up it. Yeah, I get it.
yes, and I do have the support of one such and a very influential individual for this. He's a he's a friend of mine.
Who's that? Maybe I've heard of him.
Likely not. He is a knight, a concerned knight.
A knight? Yeah, Crusades ended over a year ago, right?
That doesn't mean the titles don't exist.
This wouldn't happen to be the same night that happened to walk into the neighborhood one evening, had a mask on, then walks out, and there are conveniently 7 less Brothers of Paul in the city.
Kind of looks at him.
Like, I mean, no one actually saw it go down, but like, this guy dressed in like silk and white heavy armor and a mask stands out pretty, stands out a lot, and then he leaves, and oh, look, there's half a dozen less Brothers of Paul. I'm not dumb. I mean, I don't know what the fuck he did to one of them. Jesus. I wouldn't say Jesus. I don't know what the hell he did to 2 of them. I mean, one's missing. Did he push that guy down a well or something? And I mean, the other one was just a goddamn husk. Like he scared him to death.
I am sure of his activity there. This is the first time Monica's hearing about Lucian being connected to this shit. Cause she's like, damn it.
Actually, I mean,
Actually,
this happened this is just stuff I've heard. I mean, it just kind of ticks all the like it's fairly obvious, right? Like someone walks in, they stand out, they walk out, and then a bunch of people are reported dead the next day. I guess it could be anything. Could have been a gang conflict, but I mean, everyone's saying it was this night guy.
shrug. That I will admit I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, it's kind of weird that you mention influential person, then like a week ago, this night guy shows up
I mean, regardless,
in some sort of weird mask thing.
He helped, by removing some of these elements.
Kinda. I mean, they got a lot of guys. It's gonna take a lot more than just killing half a dozen people. I mean, it locks down a neighborhood, I guess, for like a few weeks before they just send more people over there and just take it back.
She'll nod and she'll say, and so that is why I want to try to come up with something a bit more permanent than a few weeks.
So you want to start a gang war or something?
Not quite. Simply just want people to be able to walk around without needing to hide or be harassed or killed.
Well, the whole of Riverside could use that, but
Well, I need to start somewhere.
I mean, we're pretty good here. No one comes here. I guess there's like the neighborhood over could help, like give a hand.
I need to then deal with.
It's complicated. Like there are quite a few families down there. Usually just get extorted for a bunch of money, normal stuff. A lot of them run stalls or work as laborers down at Merchants District.
Who is harassing these people?
I mean, Paul is always Paul now. Even the Vorstadt, I try to keep some peace.
So
they got a guy making them stuff. Blades mostly, swords, knives, that sort of thing. As he's a French guy, you wouldn't miss the accent. You can't miss the accent really.
oh yes, absolutely.
What was his name? Phil. Phil. He struggles actually naming him because it's a French name and he's Arabic, so he really struggles with the name. Philippe? Philippe? Is that
Really?
what you call him? Yeah, I just call him Phil.
Hmm. And he is the one running these. He's the one running Paul, or is he the one supplying Paul?
I mean, supplying them, they pay him next to nothing. I don't know too much about his personal history. I think he used to work in the merchant district and then something happened and he had to move here. I mean, you don't really move here if you have a choice.
Hmm. Yes.
I know his wife died a few years ago. I actually saw her grave when I was doing the rounds a few months ago. Has it like his back garden? I don't think he could have afforded to pay for a spot at the cemetery. I
Sad
mean, I
as.
try to get him to help us instead because fuck these guys. Like the moment you stop helping them, like you got to do something. Otherwise, they'll just roll over you, and that's exactly what happened. And he's just miserable and dying, making them shit for basically nothing.
So, if this man were to stop making them weapons, they would lose quite a bit of their ability to maintain it. Yes?
Yeah, I think they're using him because they want to. I don't think they want to have to bath Euphrates and Rorschach anymore. Like Paul's getting pretty big. Like they're moving into the Prophets Quarter, and they've got some guys in the Arab slums now. I remember when they used to just be sort of this street gang in Riverside. Just wasn't even that long ago. It was like a year ago. Now they run the whole damn neighborhood and beyond. The only one really keeping them in check anymore is Rorschach, who run Northside. It wouldn't surprise me if they partnered up or something at this point.
So,
Yeah.
she'll say, hmm. So you've given me a very good next step, Farid. Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like. You can go talk to him, I guess. I mean, you probably wonder who the fuck you are and like what you want, because as I said, I tried talking to him, like, but he's dumb fucking adult and won't listen to me because he thinks there's no point. I mean, I don't know. You're an adult, maybe he'll listen to you. I don't know.
The only thing that I can do is try, yes?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't. I guess I could come with you. Maybe like loud, be loud. I don't know. I know he works at night though as well as day. He's he doesn't get paid enough to really be picky. Either you need to give him more money or you need to do something that shows he doesn't have to just be pushed around.
She'll nod. Now starting to really come up with a plan.
I actually know a couple places. And I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. That's not true, just knows a guy who knows a guy. Um, you're talking about like small ringers, small timers. There's a guy called Finch. Um, he just has like a small ring of dealers who like buy a few freighties and still stuff cheap, still sell stuff on the cheap. I mean, we're not really good friends or anything, but I mean, we don't get in each other's business. We trade info. He's helped me out a few times. I help him out. Sometimes gets us an extra meal, you know. But like he told me there were a couple places where Paul was stashing.
All right.
I mean, that's if you want to do something with that. I mean, it's a fucking safe house. Or you could just take back the neighborhood. They usually have around like
I'm more
five
inclined to.
guys that just go around.
Yes, I'm very much more inclined to simply take back the neighborhood.
Well, I know they do it as a weekly thing, at least with that particular neighborhood. Like the one you came across was daily. Like those families were fucked. I think they're just gonna bleed them dry and kill them off. I don't even think that even makes much sense really. You're just killing your own supply of money. Dumb. Not even good at being thugs. But yeah, they'll be around in a few days, I think.
Hmm. That may have to be next on my list then.
I mean, if you can take two stab wounds, I guess you can take a couple more of that physica. Jeez.
I'd rather not have that happen again, but
I think, yeah. I mean, all of this is on east side, so you're not going to be running into any soldiers or anything. Like, none of the soldiers can really make it down here. It's too dangerous. Like, they're still fighting on the west and north largely. Had a few made it to the center, and they kind of set up there. And I mean, like, if this like it's not as if this neighborhood wasn't already bad enough, and they have soldiers just cutting people down in the streets. Yeah, a lot of them are bad. Like a lot of people, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them just have to. A lot of people who just have to work fucking nights. Not their choice. Didn't choose to live here.
So let's make it so that way the military doesn't have to kick anyone's door down. At least when they get down here.
Yeah. Guess it's like the one benefit of gangs. Soldiers can't fuck you up as much. Like, when we're going. I mean, Eastside has quite a lot of people in it. Gonna have to convince a lot of people, I guess. But I mean, take out those 5 or 6 guys might help. I mean, they'll send people over. Like, I mean, you want to hold a place?
Like the people to hold the place, preferably.
Ah, they're gonna want weapons. Philippe will have weapons for them, I guess. Actually, yeah, he could probably supply most of them, if not all of them. At least how hard he's working.
Excellent.
Or we could just hit one of Paul's stash houses. I don't know, but I mean, we've tried that in the past. Doesn't really work out.
It's likely that they have been very heavily guarded.
Yeah, like they don't really try too hard to hide them here. They're not really, no one's really contested down here. Not even the soldiers have made it this far. But I mean, I guess Finch could give you a hand getting in. He'll probably ask for something up front, though. Probably like part of the take. He's an alright guy. He sticks by his word. I mean, he's a bit tricky. Some people call him a snake, but he's always done right by me. So I think people are just mad that he gets a better deal than they're happy with. Can never trust all the fucking bullshit whispers down here.
Chuckle a bit and say, luckily for myself, I not have much of a need for many things. So if it requires a take, you will get a take.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's your start. I mean, I'd say I'd help, but I mean, I don't think Abby'd be okay with it. Like, I can't blame her. Like,
not at all.
I'll. You're the first person to come up with a plan, so I mean, I'll see what I can do. But like, don't hold it against Abby. Like, she's right.
I know
Like, I
this.
shouldn't be telling you fucking anything, really. But I mean, like, I remember when you left and some hot meals conveniently started coming up on our doorstep, so thanks.
Hey, no problem.
So, like, be careful, because like, Abby doesn't like people like you, not just because they tend to fuck us over, it's because when they do stuff like this, they tend to die first.
Get your wager done. You may get some money out of it.
Like, you want to talk to Philip about this film now? Like, or later, like set this up. I'm not even sure if he'd go for it. He'd need some convincing, I think.
Yes, and Phil is going to be convinced via words. You will need to show him through some type of action. He needs to be shown something tangible. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it would take more than just taking out the guys running down his neighborhood. Like, I mean, the soldiers will take care of that eventually. I mean, I think.
yes, but how long until they get down here?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll make it at all, to be honest. Like, particularly when Tower starts showing up. Like, if a Brothers Hive a Tower, I don't think the soldiers are getting anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it'll be more than likely to just cut a deal with the military to stay the fuck out. Like, I don't think those. I don't think that. I don't think for a second that if they were given a reason to just not go here, that they wouldn't take it. Particularly if they can just, take a step back and say, "Oh yeah, this totally approved group of fucking mercenaries who absolutely don't fuck people like us over are handling it. It's fine." Tower are even worse than the soldiers.
So we have a plan forward. Yes, we speak to.
You got a plan. You got a plan. It's not my plan. I ain't taking responsibility for this, particularly after what happened with you and Abby.
I have a plan forward then. The only
I'll show up, but I don't want to get like maybe a few other kids show up. I don't know.
I don't need you to get involved in this fight, and I may be honest, and I mean this as no offense towards you or your comments, but I would not want you in this fight.
I mean, it's my neighborhood. It's my fight. Like the other kids, like sure, because they need. Like I wouldn't put them in harm's way, but my neighborhood, my fight. I'm going to be in there.
Not
Like you want to, like you can try and stop me if you want, but I mean, I've been here longer than you have, so fuck you.
fair enough then.
A very ironic statement from like in like four different ways. It just came popped into mind just how exceedingly ironic that statement is from like four different angles.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's literally younger than you, but from a Kenite standpoint, that's like an exceedingly non-bourgeois thing to say.
Like, oh gosh, yeah, no, like
And like you're literally older than him.
When the human tells the Bruja to back down.
He's also right.
He's also an embrace. He's also an embrace hopeful.
He's like rebelling against you by being here longer than you, which is the conventional traditionalist viewpoint. What is this tomfoolery?
She's sitting here waiting to see how this kid scoping this kid out. Oh, the fuck, ready.
No, he'll probably be dead in 6 months. Who knows?
No.
No, splat. Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, you go talk with Phil, I guess. Actually, no, wait, I've got a better idea. And by better idea, I mean like, well, I'm thinking. I could just like, you want to meet Phil? I'll go talk to Finch, and we'll see if we can set something up between all four of us. Because I mean, you can take back this neighborhood, but I mean, we still need someone to hold it. And sure, but I don't think the people are gonna just, everyone in that neighborhood is just gonna be like, yeah, fuck the gangs after just killing like half a dozen guys when they can just send in 2 dozen more people. Probably want someone to help them out at least. I mean, maybe they could hold it by themselves. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I don't know. I mean, Finch probably isn't down for a fucking gang war of one of the largest groups in the city, but they probably don't even know who he fucking is at this point. I know one of his guys lives there though, so he might be sympathetic.
So
Yeah, like Finch and his guys, they kind of like us. They're just trying to get by. They're not really bad or anything. I mean, it's kind of harsh for me to say it, but they're lightweights. So, but I mean, that's better for both of us, really. Like, I don't think they do something as dark as like what brothers and the brothers of Paul and fucking Vorstedt do. Just like taking people off the fucking streets every now and then, disappearing people. But I mean, I don't know. Finch could probably use a stable place to hang out though. Like he's always running around Riverside.
must get very tired.
Like most people here, we're all pretty tired. You want maybe a perception medicine check actually on Farid?
Oh yeah, sure. Give me a moment. That is the wrong sheet. There's the right sheet. Sweet, I do have medicine.
Yeah, except the dot. So you can make that roll.
2 successes.
Okay, yeah. Farid hides it well, but he is, and perhaps that's because he's very physically fit for his age, and he is like a hyperactive kid. But
Yeah.
like you can definitely see the typical like signs of just exhaustion and like what he does taking its toll on him physically. Like it's kind of hidden by his fairly kind of standoffish posture, but like it kind of occurs to maybe he put the spade down because he was struggling to handle it properly. You notice his like his arm, like he's kind of shivering lightly when he's talking to you and stuff.
Like he's hungry. Yeah.
Hungry, you got to hungry maybe, or maybe just massively exhausted. Maybe he's just suffering from exhaustion. Like he's definitely undersleeping. That much is obvious. So that combined with either hunger or exhaustion is very dangerous.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like this guy's literally like it's pretty obvious this guy's breaking his back for whatever like for whatever reason he has.
Alrighty. she's
He
going to
looks
kind
at
of
you.
some of this
Oh,
for now, but she does have a. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris. What was that?
oh no, he just kind of leans against the wall. So yeah, that's it
Just said,
really.
all right.
I'll see about moving over things with you and Abby because not a lot of people really know where all that, where all those extra meals are coming from. So every now
Well,
and then we got a windfall.
yes. So you are speaking to Finch, and I am speaking to Phil, and we are meeting in the middle.
Yeah, we'll find a place to meet up and then make a move. I mean,
All right.
I can't really do much other than hit people with a shovel and tell you what's going on. But I mean, you made your way here without getting your ass caught, so you
I did
see you
learn a
could
bit
figure
from you.
stuff out. I still think you're absolutely insane, but I mean,
You would be absolutely right.
well, anyways. Ash shakes his head after he yawns. Right, well, I guess if that's it, I mean, no offense, but it's not like we have any extra beds, so.
Get the hell out. Understood. She smiles and is a courtesy just a generalized like form of respect to somebody, or is that specifically to like a noble?
I think it would be more of an aristocratic thing. In fact, I'm fairly sure it is for the most part. Like, there might be sort of like, merchants kind of bow respectfully to each other, like lightly and stuff like that. Um, I mean, Farid certainly isn't going to get what you're doing.
You know what?
Anakin -1.
I think this would be kind of interesting. She's gonna do it just on instinct, like entirely on accident, like without even thinking about it.
He looks at you and looks remarkably puzzled.
Oh, I apologize. That is just a way to address someone respectfully where I am from. But either way, I will take my leave. You have
Okay.
Monica is GTFOing up out of this piece. That
Yeah, Farid will kind of just pick up his spade and begin moving towards the opposite, and you kind of just hear him like he says, the best I can do is vocalize it, where he just kind of goes, "Tss," where he like just kind of hides a hint of pain. But his posture doesn't break too much. All right, I'll see you around.
you as well.
You'll have a door guy open the door and then shut the door for you. He'll kind
Yeah.
of wave at you with a spade, lackadaisically. And kind of gives you a look of apprehension as you leave. Like you can tell he's not really sure whether he's doing the right thing or not. If he's just putting people at risk by doing this.
Oh, didn't catch what you said, Chris. My bad.
He gives you a look of apprehension as you leave. Like he's not sure if he's doing the right thing or not.
Gonna find out in a minute.
But yeah, I mean, with that out the way, I believe we can end this scene here. Thank you, playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time.